There are two ways for files to get into the NIMAC. Smaller files can be directly uploaded to the system by logging into your NIMAC account. Larger files are delivered to Overdrive, the NIMAC system vendor for batch processing and upload. The NIMAC online system supports the manual upload of files that are up to 300 megabytes in size. However, for efficiency, we would recommend that files over 200 megabytes in size be delivered for batch processing. There's no minimum size per file to submit files by batch, and publishers and vendors are welcome to deliver smaller files by FTP as well. Overdrive does ask that files that are over 1 gigabyte be burned to DVD and mailed to them. Please contact the NIMAC at nimac@aph.org for more information if you have files of this size to deliver. When manually uploading files to the NIMAC, the metadata are automatically extracted from the OPF to create the system record. However, when delivering files by FTP, the delivery must be accompanied by a metadata Excel sheet that includes the complete metadata for all files in the delivery. Overdrive uses this sheet to create the system records for files in the delivery. The Excel sheet metadata should match the metadata provided in the OPFs for the files. We ask that only the authorized template supplied by the NIMAC be used. It can be downloaded from our website at www.nimac.us/publishers-resources/ or once you're signed into the portal, you can go to the Resources tab and find it there. Next in this video, we'll cover how to request FTP credentials, check files for common problems before submitting by FTP, separate deliveries into new and resubmissions, and send the appropriate notification to ensure that files are efficiently processed by the batch upload team at Overdrive. If you're submitting files by FTP for a publisher for the first time, you'll need to request an FTP login and password from Overdrive. The Overdrive FTP site is found at ftp://files.overdrive.com. All FTP deliveries must be posted to this site. Overdrive is not able to retrieve files from a publisher or vendor's own FTP site. To request an FTP login for a publisher, you'll first need to have a NIMAC vendor account created for you. Please contact the publisher directly to request that they create an account for you. Once you have your NIMAC login ID from the publisher, just send your FTP account request to ftpnimac@privatereserve.com. Be sure to include your login ID for the publisher in the request. If you submit files on behalf of multiple publishers, you will need a separate FTP login for each one. Overdrive is generally able to set up the account for you in 1 to 2 business days. After your files have been prepared, but before transferring them by FTP, they should always be checked using the NIMAC validation wizard to ensure that they pass validation. Invalid files will not be uploaded to the system. The wizard is available for free download in your NIMAC account. In addition to ensuring that there are no validation issues, please check to make sure that the zip files are not corrupt by clicking on the zip file to ensure that it will open. Generally, if the zip file will open when you click on it, the file is not corrupt. As a final check, if you're a Mac user, please ensure that your file compression utility does not create any extraneous or duplicate Mac files in the zip archive. These extra files can cause batch processing to fail. After you have zipped the file set, open the file and look to ensure that only the files valid for NIMAS are present in the archive. If extra files are there, please correct your file compression settings and perform the zipping operation again, or zip the files on a Windows computer instead. If your files pass these checks, then you're ready for the last step before transferring the files, separating files into new and resubmissions so that the deliveries can be sent separately. New files are ISBNs that are not already in the NIMAC system, while resubmissions are deliveries that replace existing inventory. If the ISBN you're submitting already exists in the NIMAC online system, the delivery is a resubmission. This is the case whether or not your company was responsible for the original file submission. If you're not sure whether the ISBNs that you are currently preparing were ever previously submitted, please do a quick search in the system to find out. Any file that is being delivered again to the NIMAC with corrections due to issues found during the file certification review is also a resubmission. Because there are two different batch processing workflows for new files and for resubmissions, it's important that they not be mixed together in one delivery. If you have files to deliver that are new to the system and other files to replace existing inventory, please split these into separate deliveries with 2 notification emails to Overdrive. The batch delivery Excel sheet that we mentioned earlier must be submitted for all deliveries of new files. Please include one Excel sheet that includes the metadata for all the files in the delivery. Do not send a separate Excel sheet for each NIMAS file. The metadata Excel sheet should not be submitted with files that are resubmissions. The sheet cannot be used by Overdrive to correct metadata errors in existing records. When corrections are needed to metadata records, NIMAC staff will make these changes for you. Including a metadata sheet with delivery of resubmissions can cause delays in processing your delivery. New files are ISBNs that are not already in the NIMAC system. A batch delivery Excel sheet must be submitted with deliveries of new files. Resubmissions are files that replace files that already exist in the NIMAC. Do not supply a metadata Excel sheet with these deliveries. Again, if you do not know whether your company or another vendor has previously submitted the same ISBNs, please do a quick search in the NIMAC to see if they come up in the system. If they do, your files are resubmissions. It is generally recommended that you supply 1 delivery per day per publisher for each delivery type. Submitting multiple small deliveries on the same day can lead to processing delays. After you've transferred your files, you must send a new email to ftpnimac@privatereserve.com to notify the batch delivery team at Overdrive. This email will generate the automated tracking ticket for delivery and will trigger the batch processing team to retrieve the files and put them into the correct processing queue. Overdrive is the system vendor for NIMAC, and they provide all batch delivery processing and upload services for us. They are located in a different city from the NIMAC, and their operations are entirely separate. In order for batch processing to operate smoothly, it's important that publishers and vendors follow the correct notification procedures. Please note that emails that are sent only to the NIMAC email address or to individual staff at the NIMAC will not arrive at Overdrive or generate a batch delivery tracking ticket. While it's fine to notify NIMAC staff if you've resubmitted files that required corrections, the batch processing of an FTP delivery will only be triggered when notification is sent by you to Overdrive at ftpnimac@privatereserve.com. In the notification subject line, please include the word FTP, the name of the publisher, and the number of the NIMAS files being submitted. In the body of the email, include a line that says whether the files are new or resubmissions, a list of all the files in the delivery. This list should contain the identifiers for all the zip files, plus the name of the Excel sheet if the delivery is for new files, your FTP login for the publisher, and your NIMAC account login for the publisher. When you send the email, you'll receive an automated reply from Overdrive that includes the delivery number in the subject line. If there are any questions or issues related to the delivery, Overdrive will communicate with you on this tracking thread. Likewise, if there's an issue that you need to alert Overdrive about regarding the delivery, you should also use the delivery ticket for those communications. Here is the first part of the automated tracking email with the delivery number circled. Here is the first part of the automated tracking email with the delivery number circled. If you need to contact Overdrive regarding a delivery that is in progress, please do not send a new email to the batch delivery team, as this will create a duplicate tracking ticket for the same delivery. If, for example, a file in the delivery fails validation or is found to be corrupt, once you posted the corrected file again to FTP, you will notify Overdrive using the existing tracking ticket for the delivery. Once all the files from a delivery have been uploaded to the NIMAC system, the ticket is permanently closed. The thread cannot be used again later to notify Overdrive of another delivery. If files have been reviewed by NIMAC staff and require resubmission to correct a problem, a new tracking thread must be created for that delivery. Please do not attempt to reuse a closed tracking ticket to submit files. Batch processing of FTP deliveries happens daily, and zip files are uploaded overnight. If files are delivered later in the business day, the files may not be uploaded until the following night.